Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And yes, it's Apple Day.
New iPad Pros M2, they have arrived. Oh, shit.
Damn straight, they're here. We're going to kick off today with an artist who hangs around this community like a bad smell. His name is Dan Ekberg. This is a song called Think I'm Better. Sure do. Dan Ekberg. Hello, welcome to the show. That is Dan Ekberg's Rocktober video clip. I'm jumping the gun. Think I'm Better. I was lucky enough to master that song. It's one of his best songs, I reckon. It's rockin', pumpin', killin'. It's really good. What do you guys think? There's a link pinned up the top to go subscribe to his channel. So go and do that up the top in the pinned comments. Or you could, alternatively, You could go over and check out his Song Whip link and go listen and stream to the rest of his music as well, or purchase it, or do whatever it is that makes you happy. My name's Jade. This is How to App on iOS, and I'm doing an early show today and another one after this. We'll finish this one probably about 20 minutes before, so you got time. So I've got time to make another coffee or something, because shit went down totally unannounced. Welcome to the War Warriors. You know the deal. $1 a month and you can become a War Warrior and get emojis and all that shit. Stuff went down last night and I was just putting my head to the pillow, about to go to sleep. It was a very late one for me because I'd had some sleep during the afternoon. I'd slept a lot during the afternoon, actually. So I was up really late. I had everything all planned for today's show for Vidham, which is still going ahead, of course, which is a great app. You're going to want to hang out for the massive update for that. Also, yeah, so I was about to go to sleep and it was like 1:30 or something in the morning. And all of a sudden, I got a notification on YouTube saying Apple just dropped a new video called iPad and iPad Pros. What? Really?
Boom.
What's going on? So this year they didn't have an announcement. They didn't make pomp and ceremony. They didn't make me sit up till 3 a.m. here in Australia to watch them carry on in their ridiculous outfits and their ridiculous panning and changing and moving around and faffing around. They just dumped one video telling us all there's new iPads out. And do they look good? They do, especially if you're in the market for one. And guess what? I am. I'm absolutely in the market for one. I've been saving up for about 4 months now, 4 or 5 months. I've been saving every bit of money I can from doing YouTube and my Patreon and all that, saving up for this moment. So it's here at last, finally. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Jim Shannon on Sounds, welcome to you. Cy F, and good to see you. L'Reality's here. Kim Hudson's here. Kim Hudson's here. Eileen's here. Mark Bro. Who else do I see? Thomas Christ is here, of course. The legend, the man himself. I saw Mars Capone. Joe Glenn. David Collette's here. I think David's a bit excited about the iPad as well. We've had some messages this morning already. It's exciting. Now, I can't afford mine yet. I'm about $300 off, to be perfectly honest. But that's all right because it's payday. It's YouTube payday in about 4 days' time. So I should have enough by then. And then I'm going to order mine. And I'm ordering mine a different way than most other people would. I'm not going to go into that here, but yeah, it's very exciting. So there was a price increase. See, I haven't bought an iPad. Hello, Meerkat. I haven't bought an iPad for ages. The one I'm rocking here is the 2018 iPad Pro 12.9 inch. And I mentioned on my show the other day, I took this into Apple last week because I had to get this fixed because the microphone stopped working in my SE, and they were kind enough to give me a brand new one for free out of warranty, which I have to go and pick up at some stage. It just came in stock. So I took my current iPad in, this one here, and just because I wanted to, because, with the iPad, what's stupid, the iPhone, it's great. Hopefully Apple fix this, yeah? So when you go into your settings in the iPad and you go to battery, there's no battery life meter in here, unlike the iPhone, which tells you what percentage your iPad's at. Well, the iPhone tells you, and normally if you get down below 80%, your battery's fucked. It is what it is. But there's no indicator for the iPad whatsoever. So I thought I would take my iPad into Apple and get them to do a test on it. And they did a test on it, and they told me that my battery's at 93%. Pretty incredible stuff for a iPad that is 3 years old. And the amount I use it is over the top, So this thing's definitely got a whole bunch of years left on it. So that's the good news. But the thing was, Mars, I couldn't get the diagnostic thing to work. It wasn't connecting for some reason. So yeah, I was going in there anyway, so it was all good. But it is definitely time for me to get a new iPad. Why is it time for me to get a new iPad? Because I need it to continue doing this show. I want to have the latest iPad, be able to handle all the new apps that are coming out, because there's going to be some apps. They did mention today on the ad that there's going to be pro apps, and they did say DaVinci Resolve. If they're going, sorry, LumaFusion, ouch, LumaFusion just sat there and absolutely shit themselves. What? DaVinci Resolve coming to iPad? Oop. So that's pretty impressive. If they can put DaVinci Resolve on the new iPad, I'm telling you, their logic ain't too far away. What's going on, Deep Gravity, as well? Anyone who I have missed who's come in, there you are. Boom. Boom. So DaVinci's that's going to be impressive. All right. There's a couple of other things I want to talk about today with this iPad. So I want to cover some. Jacob Hack just released a video on his channel about dongles, and I reached out to him regarding this because I have a dongle that's amazing. I don't know why more people don't use it. I've had it for over a year, and it's sick. It works really good. So we'll talk about that too, because there are going to be people moving up to the iPad and want to know about dongle and stuff like that. All right. So where is this thing? Shall we go over here to the Apple page? Here we go. So yeah, the video dropped and all of a sudden this was all up. So there's two iPads. I haven't even looked at the first iPad. Should we look at this one? Is it worth looking at this one? Of course it is. So they've gone for this screen to screen. This is your normal iPad. US starting from $499. Lots of pretty colors. They've even they've got this new Magic Keyboard just for the normal iPad. That's fancy. I mean, they're really taking the iPad to this desktop world, aren't they? Yeah, see, I don't think it's actually gone up, Si. I don't think it's gone up. I think it's just the exchange rate is fucked. Because you don't want to know how much an iPad here in Australia is. For the model I'm getting, $3,229. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. So it's $3,000. It's $3,000. Why do you think I've been saving so much for months and months and months? It's $3,000. It's bizarre. It's the exchange rate. The dollar is so fucked. Everyone's dollar compared to the US at the moment is just dog shit. So anyway, here's the new Magic Keyboard for the regular iPad. They're definitely moving into this. The iPad is more of a computer now. We're not getting those people who thought that we were going to get a hybrid of the Mac and the iPad. It's not happening. This is where they're going. They're making it very abundant. They want these iPads, be it pros or be it normal iPads, to have Magic Keyboards, to have these keyboards. They want to be able to connect them so you can share screens across your Mac. This is where they're going. It's exactly their plan. Lots of pretty colors, of course. Colors don't really interest me. They are what they are. Good stuff. The redesigned iPad, so, less bezel, no home button, nice stuff. No home button, all good. Camera, same kind of camera. Unlock and sign in with the Touch ID. So you've got Touch ID now on the regular iPad on the button up the top. So they're really, making sure this is closer to the pros and all this kind of stuff. It's got iPad OS. There's really not too much to this thing. Did they move the camera on this? I don't think they did they? Yeah, they did. So did they move the camera on all of them? So they did. So that's the big news. The iPad cameras have moved from the top to the side. There you can see it, which Finally. Because I never have my iPad standing up ways. I always have it this way and I can't use it. The camera's obsolete. What's the fucking point? Landscape camera, awesome stuff. That's what we want. It's not a phone, for God's sake. Let us use it like a computer. So there you go. That's good. Takes notes, does all that stuff. It's got an A14 Bionic chip. This is your regular iPad. You can use your pencil with it now. Cool, cool, cool. It's a liquid retina display. So you can do all your drawing, recording. It's pretty much a standard 12 megapixel camera. Oops. So there you go. It's a nice upgrade to a normal iPad. And look, it looks nice. It's now uniform, the body and all that part too. So that's good. And these little Magic keyboards look nice. They look very, very nice. And I'm telling you, since I moved to the Magic Keyboard, when I first got it, I found myself always going to the screen. But these days, I will be here at home and have one hand here and one hand on the trackpad and type and the pencil at the top. I mean, the Magic Keyboard just makes so much sense to me. It didn't at first, but these days it does. True toned stuff. Yeah. It's a entry iPad that's going to do a lot of cool stuff. A Bionic 14's plenty powerful for people. So not everybody's going to need the Pro, and this is a nice upgrade. You can't deny that. What are the prices? Shall we see the prices of them? What's going on, Audible? Prices. Let's order now. I'll hit order now. So these are US prices. Oh, what ugly color should I pick? Let's pick this ugly color. So they come in two sizes, 64 and 256. We'll take a 256. We'll go with a Wi-Fi. And you're looking at US. Do I need to pick anything else? Is that for real? $599. That's pretty cheap. Have to admit, for a regular iPad with a 14 Bionic, you know, $600 US. Remember US. So that's a pretty fair deal. What is it? So I guess it's for the other one. The 64. That's the $499 I'm expecting. So there you go, $449. So there is the regular iPad. That is the regular iPad right there. Pretty fair deal. But let's look at the star of the show. Oops. The star of the show is not that iPad. The star of the show is this sucker. So I think this is new too. Did they release a new... Yeah, they released a new Apple TV as well. New Apple TV. It's a 4K. All right. iPad Pro. Let's have a look. Straight off the bat, M2 chip. So they've updated the chip to an M2. Hey, Mix Club, what's happening? Been lurking. Just wanted to say hi and goodbye. Freaking impacted tooth. Ouch. Sorry to hear that, my friend. M2, there it is. They've put the M2 in there. That's great. Now, I haven't really been able to confirm this because everything's so new. I'm hoping the new iPad fits on the current Magic Keyboard because I'm not buying another fucking Magic Keyboard. It looks like there's no change to the size of the iPad, so it should fit. The camera is still the same size, so it should fit. The last one fit. M2, next generation performance. So we have the M2. That's good stuff. 15% faster, 8-core CPU, 10-core GPU. There's no mention of how many RAM is in there. So because it's all so new, nobody's done any specs. Nobody's done anything like that. So, all right, so 16-core, is that 16 RAM, I guess? 16-core, 8-core, neural engine, 16-core. You know what Apple are like. They don't really like putting RAM anywhere. complete movie studio in your hands. There we go. So it does have RAM on there. Cool. I haven't looked this far. I went straight to sleep. So I'm experiencing this with all of you right now, and it's exciting. So it's 8 gig and 16. 16 for the largest. Cool. 16's plenty. Like, it still is plenty. You're not going to need 32 at this point. They're underusing the iPad as it is right now. What's going on, Clay? They really are underutilizing it. At the moment, there's nothing that's pushing the M1. So, am I a bit worried about buying this too? I will say I am worried because the M1, there's been some heat stuff with the M2 on the Macs. And yeah, is it actually faster? Who knows? But yeah, so you're going to be able to do ProRes, all this kind of stuff. Super fast for video editing. That's fantastic. 12.9-inch liquid retina XDR display. It's going to be lovely. And the display has so much goodness when combined with one of these. Because what they've done with this pencil looks sick. Lots of nits, lots of brightness. That's good. We want more brightness, more colors. That's good. Mini LEDs. Look at all those mini LEDs in there. The 11-inch has just a liquid retina display. Yes, hover mode. Hover mode sounds great. So there's 2 sizes in this as well. iPad OS, they're pushing, of course, because, it's you're going to be able to share it with your iPad, all this kind of stuff. Fantastic. Cameras. Front-facing camera is now on the side. Oh, fuck. So good. A 12 megapixel wide camera on the front, on the side. So it's going to work well with this center stage thing. They had to move it to the side anyway. Like, it was on the cards. Like, if you should have been able to pick it up from their last event when they showed using the Mac and this camera thing showing from the where you can actually look down and see what people are doing. They're adding this true depth, all this to the camera on here too. So that's really exciting. This and a 120-degree field of view. So that's what it is for capturing photos, videos, social posts. Wicked. And then we've got center stage, so you can move around in front of your iPad and all that stuff, and it's going to follow you around. That's really cool. Lovely. I'll have it. They've added a new camera, so they've got a pro camera on here, advanced wide and ultra wide cameras on the back, and you've got your LiDAR. So you got the wide and ultra wide. That's really cool. 10 megapixel ultra wide, 12 megapixel wide. LiDAR, if you're going to do your 3D kind of stuff. Wi-Fi 6, so lots faster for Wi-Fi. 5G, if you're going to get the 5G model, which I will not be. Magic keyboard and pencil, endless possibilities. Right, now we're getting to the fun stuff. No probs, Dan. Welcome aboard. Apple Pencil. So they haven't updated the pencil. It's still the current Apple Pencil Generation 2. Because as soon as I saw all the new pencil stuff, I was like, oh my God, they're going to make me buy a new pencil. Thank you, Apple, for not making me buy a new pencil. So the pencil now has this new hover feature, a new dimension of Apple Pencil. Apple Pencil Hover shows you exactly where your pencil will touch down on the display. So you hold it just above the screen, and this little icon, little hover comes up, and it shows you where you're going to write. So you don't actually have to hold the pencil on the screen to find out what width or how thick your pencil is. You can change the width while it's off the screen. Wow. Really, really cool. So you can write, sketch, illustrate, greater precision, watch apps, widgets expand on your home. So you can just hold it above and, yeah, it'll like just for apps and stuff too. Really great stuff. Preview your mark before you make it. See how watercolors mix as you paint. So let's look at the image of it here. So see how he's hovering above? Look at that. So yep, it still understands text. Was that the end of the video? Replay it for me. Really clever technology. I guess that's what they can do with this new screen. I'm really excited about that. Apple Pencil hovers over the display. The electromagnetic signals emitted from the tip are detected by the screen up to 12 millimeters away. M2 instantly interprets those signals and determines the position of the Apple Pencil. So even it understands the angle of the pencil from far away as well. Shit. Thanks, Mark. So the new regular iPad's only compatible with Gen 1 pencil. Thank you. I really haven't had time to dig into this. I was just too excited. Magic Keyboard, responsive, blah, 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 blah. So clearly you're going to be able to use the current keyboard. Hey, Mike Shanna. Hope you're doing really well. Played your song yesterday and it was fucking awesome. Really good to see you making music, my friend. You rock. What else we got here? Amazing apps for every workflow. We know there's amazing apps, don't we? That's why you're here watching my show. Yeah? On how to app on iOS. Pixelmator Photo. Affinity Publisher is coming to iPad. Affinity Publisher is a pretty big deal. Adobe Photoshop. Do they have images? There's LumaFusion. But they did say in the video that that Resolve is coming as well. They said it in the video. So that's the shit, man. So you've got your AR. That's it in a nutshell. Let's be honest. There's not a lot. It's not like game changing. Nothing is these days. It's not, this isn't like, it hasn't set the world on fire. For me, it has. I'm normally not excited about these things, right? But for me, I've been planning on getting one. So I've been saving for one of these. I'm excited about it. So, it's not often these days that I get excited over an Apple event because it's so expensive that you can only afford something like this every kind of 3 or 4 years, Let's have a look at the prices. US, and then I'm going to jump over and show you the prices of the Australian dollars so your hearts can be in your throats. We'll start off with the 12-inch and then we'll have a look at the 11. We'll go for space grey. Let's max it. Let's go for the 2 terabyte. We'll go for the Wi-Fi. So this is US, maxed out $2,199. It's going to give you 2 terabytes, largest size. There you go, $2,199. For the maxed out one, we'll go for the 1 terabyte. You're looking at $1,799. And what else do we have? So you got a 512. That's what I currently have. $1,399. Yeah, there's always, every time there's rumblings, but I think there's more than ever, Thomas. If they bring in Resolve to the iPad, the capabilities are there. So we're in a place. Let's be honest. Let's not talk shit, yeah? Does anybody actually really believe that Logic could have run on an iPad with 6 gig of memory? Yeah? No. Logic it would not have. Not even 8 gig. Logic would not have run on an iPad with like that. They need to get to the point where they have to have everything working for them to get to that point. It just is what it is. 256 gig, $1,199. I don't know, Audible. Remember, I reckon they'll have two versions. I have a feeling they'll have two versions. Because on PC they have a free version and a pro version. So maybe they'll have a cheap version and then a pro version for a subscription. Who knows? iPad M2 maxed out. Yeah, that's where you are. Yeah. You know what it is for me maxed out? $3,800. We'll have a look at the 11. Should we quickly have a look at the 11? So this is the 11 at what? 256. So the 11-inch, pretty good. That it's got an M2 in it as well. I don't know. Does the 11 come with? If we go to a terabyte, here we go. 11-inch terabyte is $14.99. I think they've got all their ducks in a row at the moment. So the thing, you can, it's going to have iOS 16. It's going to have this stage thing. You're going to be able to bounce stuff back and forward from the Mac to this. It's getting closer and closer to everything's just matched, So there's prices and stuff. Where are the I probably have to go back, don't I? If I go back, tech specs. Here we go. So here's our tech specs here. Buttons, connectors, 4 speakers, all good stuff. Hey, you get a charging brick. They're still giving you a charging brick. Can you believe we live in a day and age where it's like, do I get a charging brick? Aren't they getting sued at the moment for that? Didn't they lose a court case just the other day for not putting in a power brick for the iPhone? And they're contesting it. Apple are contesting it. That's in Europe, I think. I read that. Here we go. 16 gig of RAM. There you go. So 16, you are right. Absolutely right. Site, my friend. 16 gig of RAM for 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. But even still only 8 gig. But if you think about it, right? Think about it this way. Think about a laptop. You get a new laptop. Most base models on shitty laptops now have 8 gig of RAM. And they'll just get you through. If you're doing any high-end video or music on a laptop, you need 16 plus RAM. Or for video games. So you need 16 plus. So we're getting to the point now where these iPads are almost at the same comparison as laptops. The way they have their RAM. We're getting there. The iPads are actually catching up now. And you would have to expect it's probably only going to be about 5 years from now when we're going to have 32 gig iPads, 64 gig iPads, all this kind of stuff. The thing is, how they're going to do that because of cooling and all that stuff. That's where they're going to come into trouble. I'm going to skip over to the Australian website just so you can gulp, right? Let's hit order now. So this is the one I want. Space Gray, 12.9 inch. I would love to get this one, but can't afford it. So I'm getting the 1 terabyte Wi-Fi. And this, folks, is the price. $3,129. As I said, I've been saving up since, I think, May. I've been saving since May. And yeah, I'm still a couple of $100 off. But we're close. We're close. This is what I'll be getting. I thought if I go for the 2 terabyte, here's the deal for me. I already have a system set up here with multiple external hard drives. So I may as well just keep using them. I've got 4 terabytes of space on external hard drives on this iPad right now. So do I need the extra terabyte? Would I like it? Yes, I'd like it, but can I afford that? Is it worth paying an extra $600 for a terabyte? $600 for a fucking terabyte. That's a lot of money. And that's all you're getting. There's no difference. That's 1 terabyte of RAM. That's ridiculous. So I think I'll stick with my external hard drives. They'll do the job fine. So that is it in a nutshell. I was going to play some of their video, but I don't want to get a copyright claim. You know what Apple are like? I'm a bit scared to play the clip. I don't know what they've done. You know, I've put the link in the description if you want to go and watch it. But pretty much everything I've covered is here. Let's see if I can... I just want to find the DaVinci Resolve bit. That's all I want to see. Where are we? Should I risk it? Let's turn the volume down. I don't think they're using copyrighted material in the clip.
Dimensions.
Here's the pencil.
This enables even greater precision because now you can...
So there's the pencil doing its thing. I think look at that. Look at that. Look what it does. Just hovering above. That's nuts. I don't think.
For iPad for color correction, editing, and visual effects. Octane X for state-of-the-art, exactly how you like. It feels incredibly familiar, yet still uniquely iPad. iPad Pro's blazing performance takes your favorite apps further than ever. And powerful new apps are coming to iPad as well. DaVinci Resolve for iPad for color correction, editing, and visual effects.
There you go. Confirmed. What does it say there? What's it say at the bottom? The Octane, let's go full screen for a second. The Octane X and DaVinci Resolve apps will be available later this year. Octane X Reader of Star Trek Enterprise and demonstration purposes only used under license for CBS Studios. Later this year. There you go. Boom. Well, that's pretty good, isn't it? So, yes, DaVinci Resolve confirmed coming. All right, so how I want to get out of this, because we've got another show coming up, and I had to add this show. And, hey, Gregory, what's going on? And Lee, I had to add this show quickly because I wanted to talk about this instead of taking up time on the show for Vidum that I'm doing today, because I've put a lot of work into building a tutorial for you guys for that. So I didn't want to, like, take up the first, 10, 15 minutes talking shit about the iPad when I could just do a show about it. So that's going to be happening in 20 minutes time. But before I get out of here, I want to talk about this because I think it's important. As I mentioned at the start of the show, Jacob Hack yesterday released a video on dongles and how he's had a real lot of bad luck trying to find a dongle to work with his iPad Pro that's USB-C. Now, it's kind of a bit of an ad in a way because I did a show on one here. So you can go over here to my guide, my gear guide, which can be found here. How to app on iOS, my recommended gear guide. And I use, and have been for over a year, and it's wicked. It is this, the Sabrent 9, oops, I don't have my screen up. There we go. The Sabrent 9-port USB-C multi-port hub. So if you search for me, or maybe one of my moderators will find a link. Just if you put in Jade Starr Sabrent 9, you'll find a link to this. Thank you, Thomas. Oh, that's the Jacob Hack video. Excellent. Check that out. So, and I sent Jacob an email this morning saying, dude, check out this because I've had this for over a year and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect. It's got Ethernet. It's got 4 USB-A ports. 2 of them are 3.0. 2 of them are 2.0. Has 2 SD card slots. And it has an HDMI out. And it has a USB-C pass-through. There's a USB-C pass-through, so you can power it with this as well. If you look back here at my gear, there it is back here. So this I have, and what's really cool is it has this really long lead. And this lead is a USB-C to USB-C. No, that's the one thing. It doesn't have a headphone jack, but I'm just going to say it. and you can fucking hang me out to dry if you want. Fuck having a fucking headphone jack in these things. They fuck with everything. They mess with everything. The iPad in itself has a lot of struggle connecting to audio interfaces. You'll notice when you plug in an audio interface, it hijacks the audio of the iPad and takes a few seconds to realize what's going on. When you add a third-party headphone jack into a hub, it's now competing with a headphone jack, the connection to the iPad, and an audio interface if you have that connected. And you're going to, I've got so many of these dongles, but I've never had one with a headphone jack that worked properly. They are all fucked. The best thing to do is just avoid any of these hubs with headphone jacks. That is my opinion. You can take it or leave it. I have tried so many of these things. Every single one with a headphone jack sucks shit. Just get over it. Get over it, man. Headphone jacks are gone. That's my opinion. So that is the dongle I use. There's my review on this. If we go to the store. Well, Sabrina, yes. So it's got USB pass through. Here. See this? Let me show you, David. See that? That is a USB-C power pass through. And you've got HDMI, you've got two USBs. What's going on, Cold Acre? So there it is. That's your pass through. That's your power. See, I don't use mine. I don't actually, I can't even zoom in. Mine's over here. The little USB pass through is over here, but I don't use it because I use the power supply with the Magic Keyboard. But if I didn't have the Magic Keyboard, I would plug it into here and that would pass through the power. So this particular dongle is sick for me. It just is wicked. If I go to their website and show you too, what is it? Sabrent. It's a 9-port hub. Let's see if I can find it. I don't want an Amazon page. Here it is. Here's their official. Now they were wonderful enough to send me one of these. I did a review on it. I've got 3 Sabrent items. I have a powered hub, which goes, again, if you have a look at the back there. Let's see if I can lift this out the way. See this black one back here? This is a Sabrent powered hub. And look how many things I have going into it. It has 3 power supplies, 3 powers, and 9 inputs, and that goes into this hub, and then this hub goes into my iPad. So I've got powered stuff running into this, and then this running into here. Ethernet, so I can power the iPad from this. It's great. So this is it here. I can't recommend it enough. It's been wonderful. 9 ports. So yeah, and you can run your HDMI out. Look at them all. Look at all that jazz. Can I zoom? There you go. So now you can see it from the top. So there's, how do I zoom out now? Let's try that again. It's not letting me do it. It's not letting me move it now. Try that again. Flick, flick, flick. So yeah, there's the power. See? PD. Told you. PD, HDMI, 3.1. So you got 2 3.1s over here. Then you got 2 2.0 USB A's, and you've got 2 memory card slots. So a full SD and a micro SD slot. $59. It's absolutely worth your time. This thing's wicked. It's really good. I swear by it. And what's really nice in it too, when I touch it now, it's warm, but it's not hot. It like has a chip in it to disperse heat. So good stuff. Anyway, that's that. So if you've been wondering if you're going to upgrade to a new iPad and you're kind of worried about all these, dongles and all this shit, USB-C, this is the one to get, trust me. And you can find more stuff like this. See, here's the powered hub I have from the same company, Sabrent. This is a 60-watt powered hub. And I also have from them too this 2 terabyte SSD. So all of those, you can see they're all behind here. Here's the SSD, powered hub, and the normal hub, and a spinning drive as well. So I know I've got a lot of shit back there, but you need it these days. Hi, Rick Romanelli. Hope you're doing good. Yeah, the problem is with the cheap ones, man. They fucking... Yeah, the other thing is too, I'll just touch on this. See, I kind of mentioned it. See the lead here? This isn't molded into the hub. It's a USB-C to USB-C, and it's really long. It's about that long. And you can swap this out if you want. You can swap this for a smaller one or a longer one, because you can use any USB-C to any USB-C cable. Because that's the problem with the cheaper ones. The cables are normally molded to the actual hub, and that's where you run into issues because they break or they get fucked up, all that kind of stuff. Alrighty, I'm going to get out of here because I've got another show happening in 10 minutes' time. I hope you can join me for that. We're going to be taking a look at Vidum Jr. It is sick. I've already done a show on it, but it's had a massive upgrade to 3.0. for making video clips and fantastic visuals. All you need to do is import your music into it. It's wicked. So we're going to jump into that in about 10 minutes' time. And I'll see you then, huh? So do the things that make you happy. Remember, mistakes make us better. And we all rise together. Hit the like on the way out and subscribe if you haven't already. Boom, 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 boom. See you soon.
Yes, you are getting dumped.
Dumped, I tell you! Dumped!